Hi, David and Ariana. How are y'all doing today?
So good.
Good.
Nice
How
to
are
see you,
you?
Trey.
I know it's good to see you too. I'm so excited to chat with you both about this movie because I loved it so much, and I especially loved the both of your performances so much in this film. Ariana, I'll start with you. What was it like playing Anita, but also working alongside Rita Moreno as the original Anita, who played her in the first film, of course, famously? What was that experience like working alongside her, but also adding your own flair to the character as well?
It was quite a layered experience, but there wasn't a single moment where I didn't feel supported, though. Both by Rita's presence and by Steven and Tony Kushner and Justin Peck. Our entire production team was incredibly supportive, and I think it was sort of an unspoken thing that everybody knew it might be a little challenging for me. But I think in order to do this job, I understood I needed to have a very clear vision for who I believed Anita was.
Mhm.
And I had no choice but to have undying belief in what I could bring to her. And I think had I faltered or wavered in that belief for a second, we wouldn't have what we have on
Yeah.
screen. But you never actually wake up and think you're going to go to work and get to like hang out with a living legend like Rita Moreno. So it's just, I don't know, the icing on the cake of at that time in my life. Things were going really, really well. And I never in a million years imagined that would be the environment that I got to work in, let alone working with Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hefe, geez,
Heavy.
so good.
It's like legends on top of legends.
Yes, stacked. It is literally the deck is stacked. Where do we go from here? I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no
And
idea.
David, for you, I wanted to ask, as an actor, how did it feel to have this massive, one of the probably the first biggest premieres that there have been since the pandemic in New York City, but also having to celebrate the legacy of Stephen Sondheim, who recently passed away.
Mm.
How did that feel for you seeing this work, but also knowing that the man behind it is now gone?
It was bittersweet because he's such a legend. Not only as an artist, but as a person, I admire him so much, and I just can't believe that I have the honor to say the words that he wrote, and to the next generation. So, and also sitting down with him and hearing his stories, hearing his perspective on this piece was incredible. And there was just so much to learn from him, and I felt like he he's going,
To live forever.
yeah, through his
Through his
work.
work.
It's timeless. He's done something so powerful because he did it from his heart, from his soul. It's gonna go on forever, and I'm just grateful that we had the opportunity to be a part of that.
Yeah, for sure. And for both of you could speak to this. How does it feel to have this film come out and have such accurate representation actually hit the nail on the head? Because while recognizing the original film is so iconic, one of the most well-known films of all time, most of the sharks weren't Latinx, Maria and Bernardo were not Latinx. So how does it feel to be represented in this film? Like Ariana, quite literally, probably no one in the original film even looked like you, but now we
Right.
actually have this authenticity to this film. So how does it feel like actors of color to be in these roles?
I mean, for us, it's a blessing that we've we are able to grow up in a
Yeah.
generation as artists where this is actually happening now
Yeah.
for us. Because 20 years ago it wasn't, 10 years ago it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Right.
So the fact that we're fortunate enough to be pioneering this, along with these legends, um and Steven Spielberg and Tony Kushner is giving us a voice, is giving
Yeah.
us a chance here to speak our truth, is it's priceless. You can't put
You
it's
yeah,
it's
you
it's
can't you
it's a
can't put a
gift.
price on it.
Yeah.
It's also, I think, the fact that the greatest director of our time, I'm a little biased, but the fact that he can do it,
Yeah.
that means so can everybody else.
Yeah.
Because he took the time and he cared and he went the extra mile and he dedicated himself to responsibly bringing this story to life, right? If there's that saying, like, style cannot be duplicated or recycled. So there's no part of this film that is, you know, redoing what was already done in the 61 film. It literally takes what was and blows it up with a beautiful, beautiful joy and color and authenticity. And integrity. Yeah. This is a film made with such tremendous integrity. And quite frankly, I'm really honored to be a part of it, because speaking to my casting in particular, he didn't have to. He did not have to hire an Afro-Latina. And yet he was brave enough, he and Tony Kushner were brave enough to not only hire me, but talk about it in the screenplay. Yeah. Even subtly, we address it. It's not just a stunt. I am not a stunt. I'm real. And they validate the lived experience of Afro-Latinos everywhere by being brave enough to go there with me.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much for your thoughtful answers. I really, really enjoyed this conversation. I can't wait for everyone to see this beautiful, magnificent film when it comes out right in time for the holidays. People are going to love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.